For all of you that have severe digestive issues, you go toward these low FODMAP diets and you feel like as soon as you add that food back in, you immediately get the gas, the bloating, all of the issues come back. Today, I'm gonna be taking you guys through how to figure out what the underlying cause of your digestive issue is, the gas, the bloating, the constipation, and actually heal your gut and get rid of those digestive issues for good. And a little mini backstory on me is when I was in college, I was looking 6 months pregnant. I figured out through stool testing, I had 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, I had SIBO, multiple food allergies and sensitivities. I even had eczema, rosacea all over my skin. Your skin is a mirror, like your face is linked to your gut, guys. If there's something going on in here and you're breaking out, and you have acne and everything on your face, then you need to address your gut. So we're gonna just go right into it, and we're gonna start off with the number one reason why this may fall into you. So I want you to comment below if this sounds like you. The first reason why you still have those digestive issues is you go toward a low FODMAP or one of these gut SIBO diets, and you cut out a lot of food groups. With these diets, you are cutting out foods that ferment with the bacteria in your gut. So you may feel like you're having less gas, less bloating, you're having better bowel movements again. But as soon as you add those foods back in, the gas, the bloating, the constipation, the anxiety, yes, because anxiety comes with the gut, it all comes back. And that is gonna lead me to number two. And the reason that those symptoms come back is because you did not address the underlying cause. So the second reason why you may have tried every diet out there, but you're still feeling like you have all of these digestive issues, the gas, the bloating, is because number two, you're not figuring out what the root cause is. So it's one thing to go online and to Google, bloating, gas, and you start adding in probiotics, fermented foods. I've been there, I've done that. I've tried every gut healing diet out there. But the truth is, with all of my clients, I ask them, and I make sure we do this. I say, did we do a full GI map stool test? Did we check for H. pylori, parasites? Do we have SIBO? Because if you're just guessing and you're adding things in, and maybe you're doing protocols to kill things you do not have, you can completely change your gut microbiome. And a good example of this is, say for example, you have SIBO and you're going online and you're like, okay, bloating, what to do? Probiotics, fermented food, kombucha. Well, some of those probiotics, if you have SIBO, it can actually cause more gas, more bloating, and more issues because of the overgrowth of the bacteria in the gut. So with my clients, I really focus on, and I'm gonna go towards this at the end, how to actually heal the gut, is I do a 4R protocol. But the first step, guys, is don't guess when it comes to getting rid of digestive issues that you've had chronically for a long period of time, and I mean uncomfortable bloating from the time you wake up, gets worse throughout the day, that you really need to stop playing around and get down to it, do the testing, figure out what you have, so then you're able to really dive into the right protocol for you. So I have all my clients, either if we've done testing, I listen to their symptoms, we go through a whole consult so we can figure out what exactly is going on and develop the right protocol for them, for what's going on. Because Googling all this shit, adding in probiotics, taking specific herbs for things you think you have, that does no good. That's gonna lead you kind of all over the place. And the third thing I wanna talk about, we're going over today. So the first reason is you go towards these low FODMAP diets. So we're talking about, these, low FODMAP, all of your, what do you call it? SIBO diets, all of that. You're getting the inflammation down because you're taking out the triggers. But as soon as you add that back in, you're not addressing the cause, so you're getting all the gas, the bloating, all that back. The second thing is you're not figuring out what that underlying cause is, and you truly do need to do the testing or figure out what that is so you can develop the right protocol for you. It's not about guessing. The third reason, and this is where I find a lot of people actually tend to actually have flare-ups. So say, for example, you figured out you have SIBO or you have parasites or H. pylori, okay? Say you take the medication. Say you go on the low FODMAP diet, then you add things back in, but you don't address the actual key thing here, the stress. Stress is huge. If you're eating in a state of fight or flight response, you're go, go, go. Your sleep is off. Your hormones are off. Your cortisol levels are off. Your gut and your brain are linked. And if you're in a chronic state of stress, your food is going to be sitting in your stomach. It's going to be not digesting well. It's going to start fermenting. You're going to get gas. You're going to get bloating. And that could actually cause, if you got rid of SIBO, stress is a huge thing that can cause things to come back. So say you've done everything out there to get rid of the digestive issues, to get to that underlying cause, but you didn't address your stress, your sleep, those practices, then that could be a big reason why you still have those digestive issues going on. And that's a huge thing I work with my clients with is, every week when we check in, we're talking about our sleep, our stress, past trauma. When did your digestive issues actually start? Was there a whole event that triggered that? Because maybe you're holding on to an emotion or a trauma that happened in the past, and that truly does affect your gut. I truly believe that. A lot of my clients that have the digestive issues have a past like that, and that's something we have to work through and we have to address. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is going to be eating practices. So when it comes to getting rid of more chronic digestive issues, like I said, parasites, SIBO, H. pylori, there's a lot that goes into it with our eating practices. And what I mean about that, it's not drinking liquids with your meals. It's making sure that we're not snacking all the time, because there's something called our migrating motor complex, our MMC pathway. This street that sweeps out the bad bacteria in the gut, and this is key. And if we're snacking all the time, we're not allowing for this to actually take place and run its cycle. So we have to look at different eating practices when it comes to keeping away things like our SIBO. Because if you get rid of it, whatever, you do the medication, you go your low FODMAP diet, then you add your food back in, say you address the stress, but we start getting thrown off, we start snacking all the time and doing all these other eating practices, and you have to make sure things are on point for your body so that everything is able to come into play. And I'm not saying that you have to have this perfect lifestyle and this perfect gut healing protocol 24/7, but I'm just trying to pinpoint for you guys today that if you've had chronic digestive issues and if you keep getting your SIBO to come back up, or you keep getting severe bloating, you need to address and figure out, number one, what the underlying cause is. Do some stool testing, SIBO testing, H. pylori testing. If you have a metallic taste in your mouth and you're constantly burping, that can mean you have low stomach acid. So those are big things we need to address. Number two is not just going towards these low FODMAP diets. You have to figure out what that underlying cause is. Number three is getting the right protocol for you based off of what that is. So with antibiotics and everything, that kills off the bad and the good bacteria. So I work more on an herbal side. I do full, to kill parasites, I do full 90-day cycles. I focus on biofilm disruptors because there's so much that goes into it. I ended up doing the medication route for my parasites. It killed the parasites. I went through all the die-off, and then a month later, it didn't get rid of the eggs. The eggs rehatched, everything came back. I did that 3 times. I did triple therapy for the H. pylori. I turned yellow because I was in a healing crisis with it. I had my SIBO come back once. I just retested. I haven't had anything. I do a test every single year to make sure I'm on point, and I am clear. And I am so happy for that. But I kept these changes to stay on point with my digestion. And like I said, if you're addressing the root cause, you're doing the right protocol to get rid of it, and then you're really getting to the underlying cause like trauma, stress, sleep, different eating practices, and addressing those, but making it in a way where it's lifestyle and it's not overwhelming. Those are the keys to getting rid of these chronic digestive issues. And I'm talking not just everyday gas and bloating. I'm talking about individuals who look 6 months pregnant, have had flare-up after flare-up after flare-up of SIBO, H. pylori. I'm talking about the extremes, guys. Like, that's what I was, and that's the clients that I work with. So I'm talking about those extremes. You have to get down to that root cause. You have to figure it out, and you need to get the right protocol for you, and you need to stop guessing. And if you do need help, I do work with clients all around the world. You could send me over a little, you can DM me on my Instagram. I have in my link tree for you guys, my whole website. Fill it out and send it over to me. I would love to help you figure out what the underlying cause is and help you set up a game plan to get results. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I'm also a GAPS practitioner, gut and psychology syndrome, the gut-brain connection, and I am obsessed with healing the gut. I literally can look at a client when we do our check-in. They say, Elizabeth, I'm constipated, or I have a little bit of gas, or this, and I could look exactly at their foods and say, we need to change this, this sleep over here, this stress over here, and within a day, they're like, okay, Elizabeth, what did you do? I'm so much better. So when it comes down to digestive issues, chronic ones, do not mess around. Actually figure out what is going on, get the right protocol for you, and know that just changing your diet to these low FODMAPs or just adding in probiotics and stuff and guessing could actually be going backwards. And if you're taking all these herbs and all these supplements for things that you don't even know you have, you are changing your gut microbiome in a way that you don't even know you need to. So be smart about it. If you need help, reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, send me over a DM, gut, comment below, gut, go to my website, elizabethaylor.info, fill out my questionnaire, let's set up a consult call and get you feeling your best self. And I mean, I worked with doctors come to me to help them with their gut. I had a client last year, she came to me, she had 12 inches of her colon removed and replaced with titanium. She was on Miralax, Ducalax, chronic cramping, pain, couldn't go to the bathroom. In 1 week, I had her off all of those, and she was in menopause. Then I changed her macros. I got everything structured with her training, her nutrition. She was losing fat, having regular bowel movements, transforming her body, anxiety going away, and she was on stuff for anxiety too. All of that when the doctor said she couldn't. So it's just about looking at things differently, and it's not just about just supplements, just the diet. It's about the lifestyle, the food practices, finding out where your insufficiencies are. Are you low in stomach acid? You know, do you have a gallbladder? Were you a C-section baby and bottle fed? Because those affect your gut microbiome too. So, like I said, if you need help, let me know. Make sure you guys are here every single day. I'm doing these lives for you, and I am so excited to do this because I love talking, I love sharing knowledge, and it's one thing to be on Instagram doing some beast mode. I just want to address all of your questions when it comes to hormones, gut health, fat loss, building muscle. So stay tuned, subscribe, follow, and let's do this.